Offensive linemen have been the most underappreciated and overlooked position group in the NFL for a long time, with the likes of Larry Allen, Anthony Munoz, Jason Kelsey, Jonathan Ogden, Lane Johnson, Penei Sewell. The list goes on, of some of the most dominant offensive linemen to come through the game and really be game breakers for their teams. Joe Thomas. These are all players who have been ultra productive for their team and helped lead their teams to deep playoff runs, Super Bowl wins. And now we are finally seeing them be appreciated with the addition of the Protector of the Year award this year. This is from the NFL's website, which states, "At long last, the Hog Mollies are getting some love." The NFL is debuting a new award for the league's best offensive lineman in 2025, known as the Protector of the Year award. The honor will be decided upon by the panel that includes a number of former standout NFL linemen. "I'm going to give credit to Deion Dawkins from Buffalo," and NFL Executive Vice President of Football Operations Troy Vincent said Wednesday from the Spring League meeting in Minnesota. "He was truly instrumental, him and Andrew Whitworth, of just making sure that we recognize the big fellas. LaCharles Bentley, Jason Kelsey, Sean O'Hara, Alondra Pace, Will Shields, and Andrew Whitworth will be the panel. They've come up with a criteria on skills, metrics, impact, leadership, durability, and strength of the opponent. We'll be tracking that quarterly with this group." Reading this and finding out about the Protector of the Year award made me want to look over some of the greatest NFL seasons from offensive linemen over the years, and who have really had the best seasons in the NFL, and what guys have been left out and should have won awards like this if it would have been implemented sooner. According to PFF, the best tackle season of all time was Trent Williams of the 49ers in 2021 when he had a 96.6 PFF grade, where he even had a higher overall score in his run blocking grade, which was 97.7. Trent Williams in 2021 was a first-team All-Pro, and we saw him have an AV of 14. And before I continue, let's look at exactly what AV means. AV stands for approximate value, which is a metric that was developed by Pro Football Reference to quantify a player's overall contribution to their team in a given season. Essentially, it's a single number that tries to capture a player's value across different positions and years, making it easier to compare player performances. Now, I would say this makes it a lot easier to break down for offensive linemen since there's not many stats available to the average NFL fan to try to dissect really how good a offensive lineman was compared to another. Obviously, there's the eye test that goes into it, kind of sacks allowed numbers, but those aren't always the most accurate and telling signs of exactly how good of offensive lineman was. Now that we can understand this a little bit better for AV moving forward, let's now talk about the best guard season of all time. This came from Atlanta Falcons' Chris Lindstrom in the year 2022. Taking a look at his Pro Football Reference stats in that year, 2022, he had an approximate value of 11. And the most notable thing about this season was he was only a second-team All-Pro this year. So who was above him this year? We have Zach Martin, who was a guard at 14 AV this year. So he had 14 AV this year and was 3 higher overall than Chris Lindstrom. So why did he get graded so much higher by PFF? That is an interesting thing to look at, right? So AV and PFF have different metrics clearly to find out who was the best lineman that year. And it's an interesting thing, right? You see this, Chris Lindstrom is supposed to have the best guard season of all time, but didn't even get first team All-Pro. Now, this isn't to take anything from Zach Martin because obviously he had a great year this year and probably deserved to get AP first team All-Pro. And there are 2 guards who get this award every single year, and the other first team All-Pro guard was Joel Bitonio, who had a 12 AV, so only 1 higher than Chris Lindstrom did, but still got the honors over Chris Lindstrom, which is, again, an interesting thing. Now, taking a look at the best center season of all time, we have Jason Kelsey of the Philadelphia Eagles, who in 2017 got a PFF grade of 94.1, so definitely lower than the best tackle and best guard season we just looked at. 2017 was his best year according to AV. He had a 16 AV this year and was first team All-Pro. Now, it's not shocking that this was something that happened to Jason Kelsey over his career. As you can see, many 14 AV seasons, a 13 AV season, arguably the best center to ever play the sport of football, at least top 3, and is a no doubt surefire Hall of Famer who had 2 Super Bowl rings to go along with it. Now, I know a lot of people hate Roger Goodell and don't like a lot of the things he's done for the NFL in recent years, but I think the Protector of the Year award is a great implementation from the NFL and the NFL committee that has come up with this award. Obviously, Roger Goodell wasn't the main contributor or even the one who brought it up, but he kind of has the final say in a lot of this stuff, being the commissioner of the NFL. And I think that the move that the NFL made and the PA made to implement such an award to give honors and spotlight to a group that is underappreciated and definitely neglected in the NFL realm and the NFL scene from the everyday fan and especially the league itself is steps in the direction that I like to see the NFL heading. And I hope that this is going to bring light to this offensive group and this group in general. I can't wait to see who wins the award this year and every year moving forward.